Good morning, all you amazing people. So, all things are possible if you believe. And they are, for reals. So, a lot of you know, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know about my dog Rose and my dog Fenris. I have two dogs. Rose, it's Rose's birthday today. Yay, happy birthday, Rose. I have to wish her happy birthday. I just realized that it's the 18th of July. So she is 3 years old now, and since she was a puppy, we have been dealing with a lot of different things, and a lot of different issues that we've had to work through. And I took her for a walk this morning, and the walk was amazing. She started off barking at somebody, well, not really even barking, like kind of just letting me know, like, hey, Mom, there's somebody behind us. And I looked and I saw and I said, it's okay, let's just go. So she continued a little bit to keep looking back, and I said, no, stop it, let's go. And so off we went. And she let go. She just forgot about it. And the guy went a different way, and we continued on our way, and she was fine walking. But that was the only thing that she even wanted to pay attention to. And once I just reeled her back in and told her she was fine and everything was okay, then she was fine. Now, I went from having her be transferred aggression to Fenris on our walks, transferred aggression to me. She's bitten me on walks and broken skin. I've tried a face harness, which we walked with for quite a while. And it was just recently I did another video that I took off her face mask, wow, face harness. All these face masks that we wear. That was just a little while ago, last week or something, that I did that. And so we've been walking without it, and I just reel her back in if she needs it and just keep her close to me. That seems to make her feel safe, is like when she's walking right beside me and she's like, okay, Mom's got this. When she's too far ahead, then she'll come back on her own. This was even with the face mask or face harness. I keep calling it a face mask. Wow. She would do this. So my intent for Rose when I got her was that she would be able to come with us on our hikes and go hiking with us and do all the fun things that Fen does with us. But she was a little more challenging than, she doesn't like dogs. She doesn't like other dogs. She likes Fenris. She likes my mom's dog, Ruku. But she probably would like them, but she's just so afraid. And I think there might be something going on with her eyes, but I don't know. When I took her to the vets and asked about it at the beginning, they really couldn't tell. She was too young or something. I don't know. Anyways, back to my story. If you believe, it can happen. So a lot of times we put out, okay, well, I'm believing, but it's not happening, right? Because we want it when we want it. This is 3 years of working with this puppy, right? If I tell her to stop barking, she will stop barking. If I tell her to settle down, if I tell her to go to her bed, if I tell her to, she listens now. Before, I couldn't figure out a way to speak to her, okay? So it took a lot of seed planting, per se. But if you want something, all things are possible. It doesn't matter what it is. Maybe it's not the way you're planting the seed. So you know how you plant a seed and then you plant it in soil and you allow for things, for it to grow, right? Okay, so I planted lots of seeds of sunflowers. Not every sunflower grew. Not every seed grew, I should say. I planted a whole bunch of sunflower seeds. And I think I got like 27 out of the whole bunch that I planted. And I plant a whole bunch in one pot and a whole bunch in another and and then I separate them, right? Well, I usually separate them. except for this one because it looked so cool. They were all connected together, so I kept those three together. There's three there. 1, 2, and 3. And this one here has, look at this, it's pretty cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I don't even know if you can see them. 4, 5, 6. Like just tons of sunflowers coming through. This one has a few too, but it just, I don't know why. This is the first year I'm having weird sunflowers, but that's fine. I have my tall ones at the back down there, and I have some that I'm keeping up here because they're smaller, and I have some in the front. But I've showed you those before if you've watched any of my videos. But back to my story. So you plant seeds, right? And you believe that you're going to get some, right? So you believe that the sunflowers are going to come through. Well, okay, for me, that's how I do it. I plant the seeds. I know there's sunflowers going to come. There's something going to bloom, and I will get some sunflowers. There's no doubt in my mind that I am not getting some sunflowers, right? I'm planting as much as I can in all the pots so that I can get some sunflowers. And like I said, I got 27 or something this year. But when we doubt, when we go, when is it going to grow? When is it going to form? When is it going to take its, when is it going to be what it's going to be, right? When? That's when we lose it, because then we're not believing anymore. We're not focusing on that and allowing it. We're not allowing it to grow. We're wanting it now. We're wanting it now. So when I first started taking Rose, that was my thought process, is like, how can I not train this dog? Why is she not listening? I mean, she's a puppy and she's going absolutely crazy. And she went absolutely crazy. Like I said, she would attack Fenris, right? I couldn't walk them together for like the longest time. I had to walk twice. So I ended up doing like hours of walking and the trails wouldn't be any better, right? She'd have to be leashed up, and even walking on like I would take her for a little walk in the street first. She definitely was not made for the city, which is where we live, because there's so many people and so many street people and homeless people, and there's just it's too much, right, for her. But I had to work through it, right? If I and there were times where I didn't believe that I could do this, right? I lost all confidence in myself. But all things are possible if you allow. So you have to be confident that this is happening. Just like the sunflowers, right? You don't go looking to see if they're growing. You allow them to grow. Same thing, right? So I had to get out of my own way and say, no, this is going to work. This is what's going to happen. This is going to work. And then the sunflowers work, right? You just let them grow, let them do their thing. So instead of having her behave the way I wanted her to behave, which was, it was important, I wanted her to listen, I needed to rethink my steps on how I was getting there. And so I had to go different ways to do it. Making sure that she's listening is important, but making it where she wants to listen too, right? So there's like all these different aspects that I had to go through, but I had to allow the process. I can't force it. You can't, no matter what it is, you cannot force the process. And it doesn't matter if you're learning rocket science or if you're learning how to train a dog or how to plant a seed. They're all the same thing. It doesn't matter what you're asking for. You could be asking for $1 million house. It doesn't matter. If you believe it, it is possible. But you have to allow it to happen. Yes, you take the steps to get there. You have to plant the seeds, right? You have to water it. You have to know that this is possible, right? But you can't like rush it. You can't say, okay, I want it now. I want it this moment. And yes, it's good to have a time frame for when you want it. But what happens if it's not ready and you're not ready at that time? Then you disappoint yourself, right? But you could take baby steps and have baby goals on how to get yourself there, right? All things are possible. Let's say it's your health. Say you want better health. Well, you just have to take the steps to get there. You plant the seeds. Maybe it's just walking. Maybe instead of like eating healthier or dieting or cutting out this or cutting out that or whatever, maybe it's just I'm going to start walking a half hour a day. I'm going to start walking an hour a day. I'm going to start um, listening to uh, an audio book a day. Maybe it's I'm going to meditate a day, which meditating is very, very important. Maybe it's I'm going to just take time for me today. Whatever it is, whatever the seed you're planting is, whatever it is your goal you're wanting that you think is out of reach, it isn't out of reach. All you got to do is plant the seed and take baby steps. Water it every day. Um, Visualize it every day. Think about it. Because when I planted the seeds for my flowers, I would water them every day, right? You take care of them, right? You talk to them. You say, come on. I don't know if you guys talk to your plants. I always talk to my plants. I always talk to the trees in the backyard. I always talk to everything, even the hummingbirds and the birds and butterflies and dragonflies. I talk to everything. I talk to my things that seem impossible, but nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. All you have to do is believe. You can make anything happen. Plant the seeds, water it, care for it. Like for me, I've shown you before about the weeds growing on the sunflowers, right? So I take the weeds and I get rid of them, right? I make an effort to make sure that my plants are taken care of, right? So they keep growing because that's what I love. I love watching them grow. Same thing with Rose, right? So when I started getting frustrated, that's a weed, right? I'm getting frustrated because she's not learning, or I'm getting frustrated because what I'm trying to teach her isn't getting through. I need her to be calm while we're walking. I need her to be, well, then I got to be calm while we're walking. I got to reassure myself. No, I got this. I got this. I can handle her. She's a good girl. No matter what. Whatever situation comes up, I can handle it. And it makes it such a better process to go through it that way than to doubt yourself, right? Doubting yourself is definitely no good. Don't doubt yourself. Ever, 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 ever. You got this. Believe you can have it and allow for it. Let go. It has nothing to do with you. When the timing is right, it will be right in front of you. It'll be crystal clear that this is the path you're supposed to take. When you're standing there doubting yourself on whether or not this is the right path, that's not the right path, right? You're not supposed to doubt yourself anyways, but if you have reservations that you're not supposed to be taking that path, then don't take it, because you're not supposed to take that path. When it's crystal clear and wide open and you are ready, then it's right for you. Everything is possible. Everything. You just need to believe in you. You are so worth it. Magic happens when you allow it. And I'm so grateful we are here today, able to walk Rose. No face harness. And she's doing good. We even passed our neighbor's dog, who she does not like. So I was very impressed. Make an amazing day, everybody. You are worth it. Remember, anything is possible. Just plant those seeds, believe it can happen, and allow for it to grow. You are amazing, and I love you.